Hello and welcome everybody to Talking Tuesday. We're going to discuss a few things today, including fantasy golf, chippers, and sports cards. Because why not? I know we've already talked about it in past videos, but I like talking about it, so I'll just rehash some stuff that I like to talk about. So let's start with chippers. I might as well just roll some footage. I was playing around with this particular chipper. It's a Wilson 1954 chipper from the Pro Line catalog. Yes, it's a Pro Line club. It was actually available in pro shops, listed in their Pro Line catalog. So I'm pretty excited about this. The history behind it. I communicated with a couple of patrons and we messaged back and forth about Mark Crossfield. Mark Crossfield famously this year introduced a Cleveland chipper into his bag, and he talks it up like it's all of that. However, my first impression is a little bit different. I'm not sponsored by Cleveland or Wilson, and I can tell you that my first impression is that I would need to practice a lot with this club to be really proficient with it. There were a couple of shots, like if I hit it around the fringe, like kind of putting style, it feels similar to a putter, and so I don't feel like it's that big of a disadvantage, but I'd still need to practice with it. So that's just my first impression. And it has some other meaning. For those of you in the future, it is September 2022, and this Friday I'm going to release a video where I review another club from 1954. And so this is a contender to go in that bag with my 50s clubs, the Wilson chipper. So I need to decide if I'm going to do that or not. So I have a couple of questions for the viewers. Do you want to see a full review of this club compared to like modern wedges or vintage wedges or something, whatever? We'll see how it evolves. A full review of a chipper. That would be interesting, I think. Maybe a little bit of a vintage chipper. Or do you want to see this in a bag for a course vlog? I actually filmed a course vlog. I'm still editing it. It takes tons of editing, and I'm just trying to shoehorn in time for it. So maybe the holidays it'll come out. I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that. Lots of editing to do. So Wilson chipper, I'm kind of lukewarm about it. It's just like practice with this or a wedge, and get proficient with one and then use it for a long time. So excited to read your comments. Do you have one? Do you use one? Would you use one? What are your thoughts? So moving on, let's talk about fantasy golf. So for those of you that joined my fantasy golf league, it's just on the PGA Fantasy Golf. So you can get the PGA Fantasy Golf app. You can just go to a website and just go to Fantasy Golf, the PGA Fantasy Golf website, and create a team and then join my league. It's free. So just join if you want. It's not gambling. There's nothing involved. It's just for fun, okay? Fantasy Golf League. And the tournament that they had, the Fortinet Championship, kicked off the season. We have, I'm going to read off some team names that placed, okay? So number one, first place was a team called Walter Hagen 2.0. I love your team name, by the way. With 388 points. His team was included Hideki Matsuyama, Max Homa, who won the tournament, Ricky Fowler, and S.H. Kim. That's a good lineup. Number two, Lippin It Out. Number three, Farabak. Number four, 8802. And number five, Will Hellowell. Number six, Old Has Been. Number seven, John Hobby. That's me. I took 7th place in my own league. Out of 11 players? Jared Dell took 8th. Winter John, patron. Hi, John. Number 9, Turf Rider. Wilson Turf Rider. I love that name too. Took 10th. Pillsbury took 11th. And then there were 2 teams that didn't pick teams, Niblix and Blake M. So that's the first ever tournament. There's not a tournament this weekend. I think the next one is, let me check on my phone. The next tournament is not this weekend. It's the 29th, I think. It's coming up right now. Sanderson Farms Championship. Country Club of Jackson, September 29th through October 2nd. So that's the next tournament. So this week, a week off from fantasy golf, so don't have to worry about your lineup. Normally, I like to remind people to set their lineups on Tuesday. Finally, I'm losing my voice. So just to close out, I ordered a card from eBay and it came in this. This is empty because this was an autographed card. I sent it off for grading. For those of you that don't know, I like weird things. Here's an example. Oh, look at this. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Have you heard of Cristiano Ronaldo? I don't know. This is just a CSG 9. They're old label. This is old. It's kind of worthless, but I like Cristiano. I like soccer's cool. I know outside the United States it's called football, but I like soccer. It's fun to watch. You guys know my Johnny Miller card. I got this thing graded. It wasn't great. I mean, he signed the card and it got a 9.5 with a 10 for the auto. SGC label right here. And I've talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it again. Johnny Miller. I don't see this as like a golfing card. I see this as a great announcer card. Like, I'm going to say it. Nick Faldo. I remember him. I recognize him as a great golfer. I remember him as a golfer. And I would also recognize him as an announcer. Johnny Miller is just a little bit before Nick Faldo, and so before my time. So for Johnny Miller, it was just, I only remember him as an announcer, but a great announcer at that. So I really love this card. It's just a fun card. Either way, I'm going to keep sharing sports memorabilia because it's fun. And I'm not into like this big high dollar money things. I don't care enough about it. I have fun things. Like I think these sell for like 40 bucks, maybe $50. You go to eBay, you'll see they're not expensive. And I'm surprised at how inexpensive some big names are. Jack Nicklaus and Tiger Woods obviously through the roof, but there are a lot of other really good golfers that are to be had for not a lot of money. So that's where we're at in the golf world. And this is the place where if you have any requests for reviews, leave those in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts about everything we discussed today. As usual, thanks for watching. If you want to support this channel, you can join us on Patreon. Huge shout out to my patrons. I really appreciate your support. It's fun to message back and forth. It's just general support. I post a few behind the scenes pictures and updates on Patreon. I try to do it at least once a week. And you can also support this channel by visiting my Amazon shop. I have some golf stuff on there. You can just go down into the description, find the link, click that. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. Thank you everybody for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.